Hello, today we will be using Google Forms to create our own surveys. To do that, we're going to have to first open our Google Drive, which should look something like this. From our Google Drive, we'll use the Create button, and we'll select Form. So the Create button is right here, and we're going to select Form. All right. From here, you can select whichever theme you'd like. For these, I prefer just the straight default. So for our purposes, we'll use the default. The untitled form, we're going to change the name as a color preference survey. So we see untitled form, untitled form. I'm going to change that. And now we have our color preference survey. I'm going to ask you to uncheck the GFPS login information. That will protect the anonymity of respondents. If you wanted to, or of course, record respondents' information, you would leave that checked. This will ensure that your results will be more reliable and genuine. If a respondent feels his or her livelihood may be endangered by your survey, say they could lose friends or a job by providing feedback for you, you might lose valuable information. So that'll be at the very top. Automatically collect respondents. Grand Forks, we're going to leave that out. We're also going to take away require Grand Forks Public Schools login because we want to make this available to the general public. All right, the form description will be something that you introduce yourself with and your survey. So we're testing people's color preferences. Hello, I'm conducting a survey on color preferences for school. Easy enough. Now we'll move on to our questions. There are several different types of questions that you can deploy. Let's look at our first one, text. So right here we have question type, multiple choice, paragraph, paragraph test, etc. Let's go with text. Very likely will be the most common. And we're going to ask, what is your favorite color? All right, so we have that. We'll make this a required question or not. If you want to make it required, click the box. If you don't, you leave it empty and select done. All right. To add more questions, just click add item. Again, you'll want to look at your question type. Our second question type, let's use scale. This will mean that students or participants can rate how they feel about a particular color. So we can make 1 hate it and 5 love it. Right, we're done. Again, we'll add item. Let's choose the multiple choice or the list. And we'll have them complete analogies. There's various functionality, which we won't go into at this time, but you can actually have different pages present themselves as a result of the different options selected. But for now, we'll just do gray, blue, pink, and red. Alright, we'll do checkboxes for our next one. The difference between multiple choice and checkboxes is checkboxes will allow respondents to choose more than one of the options selected. Multiple choice or list, participants can only choose one of the gray, blue, pink, or red. Checkboxes, they could choose fuchsia, magenta, chartreuse, or beige, or all of them if they wanted. So we'll do one more. Checkboxes. And the help text we'll address at this time can be something such as this. For instance, let's say you have some multiple choice and you want to make sure that respondents know that they can choose more than one box with the checkboxes. Please check all that apply. And we'll put in our options. And I could not confidently identify these colors myself, so please don't ask me to. Alright, so we have our survey created. The confirmation page, this is what respondents will see when they complete their survey. You may possibly not want people to submit multiple responses, so you would unclick this. Also, you want to keep things anonymous, so likely leave these blank. Your response has been recorded. I would always thank you for your participation. And our form is now very nearly ready for deployment. So we don't want to skew our results. Now at the top we want to choose response destination. We see new spreadsheet, new sheet, and existing. We're going to go ahead and always create a new spreadsheet and hit create. That's a very, very important aspect. Now, once you've done that, I'm going to ask you to go ahead and look at the bottom of the form, again, where it says send form. When you click on send form, you'll have the option to either embed it in web page, send people the link, or directly invite people via email. For example. So make sure to introduce yourself. You add collaborators by sending the form. You can also select your theme. Again, we generally go with default. And at this point, what I'd like to do is embed this page in our Google site. To do that, we can do one of two things. We can use the send form embed, or we can go back to our drive, open up our sites. Let's go here. I'm going to go ahead and create a page. Survey page. And we'll leave this at top level. And we'll hit create. Alright, now that we have this, I'm going to go use insert. From our drive and form. And here we have our color preference survey, which we'll select. Select. I like to make it about 600 by 600. And you can move this about, aligning it differently, but make sure you hit the blue save button in the top right. And now we have a survey ready for deployment. Once we do this, let's say red, love it, gray, magenta, chartreuse, and submit. This is what participants would see. We will head back to our survey, and you'll see responses 1. We'll go to view responses, and our responses have been recorded, and we can now process these responses for our various results. Alright, so that's how you create a Google Form survey. Once we calculate, we can find averages, sum totals, percentages, etc. And we can find out just what our participants most prefer. Thank you very much. I hope you enjoyed this recording.